discuss a lot about product types, stages, phases, and then the ad objectives. Now let's try to understand what are these product types. Now before even selling or running any ads or switching on your ads on platform, now let's say you have products, now you're trying to launch them on amazon.com. Even before switching on any of your ads, you need to understand that there are different types of products, and your approach towards ads will completely depend upon your product type, right? Now what are these product types? By and large, there are three different types of products. The first one is non-subjective products, and the second type is semi-subjective products, and then you have the third type, which is subjective products. Now what are these non-subjective products? Non-subjective products are the ones you are able to find your like for like competitors very easily, and more or less your competitors are differentiated from each other through a feature difference, right? It should be easier for you to spot your competitors very easily. And then these are products, more sort of commodity products. There is not much of a differentiation, maybe a little bit of feature difference, and then we will also look at a couple of examples. Likewise, when you look at semi-subjective products, now these are the markets where you are able to find like for like competitors very easily, and then your competitors may be differentiated with a feature. In addition to that, you also have a design element. So competitors are differentiated from each other through a feature difference and a design difference. Likewise, you also have a third product type, which is subjective. Now in markets like this, you have products which are not available on the platform yet. Maybe you are not able to find like for like competitors on the platform. You are trying to introduce the products which are not available on platform yet, right? So there is not much of search volume. Also, you're trying to drive traffic from outside through external traffic and then try to create a demand on the platform. So these are the differences of various product types. So let me also take an example. If I look into a market like wine glasses, more or less you see most of the products, they're all like for like. It is easier for you to spot competitors. If you really have to look for top 20 competitors, it should not take much time because you can clearly see, right? So they are all like commodities, and it should be very much easy for you to spot top 20 competitors. And the moment you spot them, you can vet them against your software tools, try to understand on which all keywords they are indexed, look for keywords which are hyper relevant where majority of the competitors are indexed, and then start to turn on ads. Now here is the thing, most of the competitors, they are just differentiated through a feature, right? In terms of function, everything remains the same, but you see there are products with few legs, few products are there without any stands or legs. So that's the only way how they are differentiated. So this is an example of non-subjective product. Now likewise, if you look at semi-subjective market, now here if I take meditation cards, like for like competitors or like for like products, however there is also a design element in addition to the feature difference, right? Now yes, they're all almost similar, and then yes, in terms of form, shape, they are a little different. That is how in terms of feature they are different. But then there is also a design element which can influence your customers during that purchase journey. Likewise, if I look into subjective products, now subjective products are the ones which are not on Amazon yet, as in you could not find like for like competitors. Now it is really becoming difficult for you to spot your like for like competitors, or you are not able to find search volumes on the platform. So those products can be categorized or considered as subjective products. Given the fact that you are aware of the product types, you also need to understand that there are different stages in the life cycle when you're selling on the platform. So there are two stages. You are either in the launch stage or you are in a scale stage. Now what is your objective in the launch stage? During launch stage, at this point in time, you are not profitable, right? At this point in time, you are trying to establish your credibility and trying to achieve stability. Now what do you mean by credibility and stability? Now let's say if you're just starting to launch your products on the platform, initially you do not have any reviews, right? Initially you do not have any ranking on any of the important keywords. In your launch phase, since you do not have any reviews or you do not have any social proof, the goal, the primary intent is to work towards it, get them, right? So during the launch phase, your goal is not to profit. Your goal is largely to establish the credibility and also achieve some level of stability in terms of sales. Now what do I mean by credibility? Credibility is nothing but, if let's say if I'm launching my products for the first time, because I do not have any reviews, because I'm not organically indexed on any of the keywords, right? So certainly, I'm not visible, and it's not really easy for me to sell my products to my customers, right? It's very important that I work towards establishing that credibility by getting few initial sales, maybe at a discounted price. In that ways you're trying to gain the momentum, and then you are able to get couple of sales, and through your sales, because you have good quality products, eventually you also get good number of reviews, and over a period of time you also get your rankings. Now that's how you think when you're in that launch stage. And then certainly it is also important that there is some level of stability in your sales, right? If you're running ads, if you're getting your sales, that is fine, but the stability in terms of sales can only be achieved when you're organically indexed on the platform. Organic ranking is the name of the game, right? In the launch phase, your goal, so you should have a daily sales target. Let's say if my daily sales target is to do 30 sales per day or 50 sales per day, you're aiming or you're working towards getting that, right? 50 sales on a consistent basis. It's not like one day you have 10 sales, next day you have 30 sales, because majority of those sales have come from ads, or most of your sales are coming from PPC, so you're not sure if you're going to hit the same number tomorrow. So that should not happen. So in terms of stability, that can only be achieved when you're organically indexed, maybe in top 10 organic rank position on your important keywords where which are hyper relevant and where there is decent search volume potential. And then you also have something called a scale stage. In scale stage, what really matters is profit. You are aiming to grow your business in a profitable manner. Now here is the thing. Now let's say I would request you to check your product line right now, right? Let's say if you have 50 SKUs, out of 50 SKUs, how many of them are in profitable stage? Let's say out of 50 SKUs, 30 SKUs are not in profit. It means all 30 products are in your launch stage. And for your remaining 20 products, yes, you may be profitable. For those products, you can consider them as a part of your scale stage. I hope you're clear on the differences between launch stage and then the scale stage. Launch stage, you're primarily focusing upon the credibility aspect and stability aspect in terms of sales. And in scale stage, you're working towards growing your business profitably and aiming to dominate the market, and certainly work towards being the top seller in the niche. And then moving on to the phases, there are 4 phases when it comes to the ads, right? Within the launch stage, there are 2 phases, and then within the scale stage, there are 2 phases. Let's try to understand these phases a little further. Now, within launch stage, I said in the first phase, your core objective is to rank, right? As I said, ranking is the name of the game when it comes to selling on the platform. You need to know who are your top 10 competitors or top 20 competitors, and that is how you are able to spot keywords which are hyper relevant, and you should work towards ranking them up. When I say ranking, it doesn't mean you should go and do search find buys, or you should just mindlessly give away a couple of units to others. Rather, you should be very much tactical in terms of keyword selection. Now, in rank phase, you're going to focus on sponsor products, single keyword, exact match campaigns. Now, here is the thing, ranking is the name of the game on the platform. If you really want to rank, you should not mindlessly give away a couple of units or perform any search find buys, because that is against terms of service. You should be very much particular, and you should know which keywords are you selecting, specifically keywords with decent search volume potential and keywords. And once you have those keywords, you are also going to run ads, and certainly look for areas where you have conversion ratios better than your market median, and then try to establish ranking on those keywords and then try to protect them. So that is how you're trying to achieve your ranks. And likewise, when you see certain keywords are doing well and you want to build upon the momentum by adding more keywords from the same family, take wine glasses as an example. Now, let's say if I'm doing well in terms of sales and in terms of conversion ratio on this keyword wine glasses, then my goal would be to find more keywords which has this root wine glass, and then try to add those keywords to my campaigns, so that I'm able to build a momentum. And then I'm also trying to create a halo effect. Now, what is this halo effect or halo keywords? Initially, you're going to start with long tail keywords. Long tail keywords, because on day one, when you don't have any reviews, when you don't have any social proof, if you go after root keywords, you will not convert, and it will also cost you a lot of money. Rather, you would try to find long tail keywords from the same family belonging to the same root, and then you're going to establish good healthy conversions on those long tails. And when you do that, certainly you will achieve good ranking on those long tail keywords over a period of time. Because you are doing well on long tails, you will also have certain organic rank lift on that route. So likewise, you will start with long tails, maybe search volumes ranging from maybe 500 to 2000 or 500 to 3000. Once you establish some level of ranking on those keywords, you will move up. Maybe then you will pick keywords with search volumes ranging between 3000 to 5000. So likewise, you will work in that manner and get to your route, right? So that is how you're going to work in your phase one. Now here is the thing, when are you ready for a transition from phase one to phase two, right? To answer this question, there are a couple of things. Firstly, you need to have your master keyword list ready, as in for your product you need to know who are your like for like competitors, on which all keyword sets they are indexed. Assuming there are some 100 to 200 keywords where most of your competitors are indexed, now your goal in phase one is to get your indexation on ranking on as many keywords as possible. Maybe in phase one you would start with 10 or 15 keywords. You're trying to establish ranking on these 10 or 15 keywords. Once that is done, you're going to add a stack of another 5 or 10 keywords. In that manner, you're trying to achieve some level of rankings on all the keywords which are really important. How do you know which keywords are important? Because you will have to do your master keyword research and then try to spot your like for like hyper relevant keywords. You need to have that keyword sheet ready, right? And then you try to establish rankings on those important keywords. Now let's say you have 200 keywords, you need to work towards achieving ranks on all those 200 keywords. Now it's very important to focus on this data set because it is your bottom of the funnel. Here your conversion ratios will be also good, provided you have good credibility, because people are searching for these keywords. Now if you are showing your product which is much better than your competitors at a compelling price, certainly people will buy your product, right? So don't be in a rush or in a hurry to move from phase 1 to phase 2, phase 2 to phase 3 to phase 4. Now it's very important that you lay that foundation in terms of rankings. Now that foundation can only be established in phase 1, right? If you are having products which are not profitable, now if you are already in phase 2 or phase 3 or phase 4, you have products which are not profitable, you should all that you should be doing is cut that. Make sure you come back to phase 1, focus on your exact match hyper relevant keywords, work towards achieving keyword ranks, right? This is where you should focus if you have product line which is not profitable yet, right? You may come across products where you have been selling for a couple of years with good number of reviews, and then still you are not profitable because maybe you progressed too quickly from phase 1 to phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and then in that process you forgot the fundamentals, as in your products are not organically indexed on important keywords. That is why you are not profitable, right? Now here is the thing, when you should move from phase 1 to phase 2. Now the moment you exhaust all the keywords, let's say in your master keyword tracker you have 200 keywords, you have tested your ads exact match campaigns on all these 200 keywords, and you achieve some level of ranking stability or rankings. So I think now you see, okay, you have exhausted all 200 keywords. Now you do not find many keywords. Now this is where you should transition from phase 1 to phase 2, right? Now phase 2 is the area where you're also trying to find more keywords. Now when I say more keywords, now you're going to primarily rely upon auto close match campaigns, and you're also going to initiate couple of broad match campaigns on your root keywords, right? So this is how you're going to transition to phase 2. To summarize, in phase 1 you have your master keyword tracker, and in your keyword tracker, let's assume there are some 200 important keywords. You are trying to achieve rankings on all those 200 keywords. Once that is done, once you have tested all 200 keywords, now you're not able to increase your revenues or increase your sales, right? Because you do not have any further keywords. And this is exactly where you transition to from phase 1 to phase 2. And in phase 2 you also turned on a couple of auto ads. Now when I say auto, within auto there are different targeting options. One is close match, loose match, substitutes, and complements. At this point in time in phase 2, you're not going to focus on all targets. You're just going to focus on auto close match. And likewise, you may also switch on a broad match campaigns or a phrase match campaigns. Between broad and phrase, you can switch on any one of the match types. I would generally go with broad match because it also covers your phrase phrase targets. So you can go with broad match. Now here is the thing, when you're operating in phase 2, if you're switching on your close match campaigns or if you're broad match campaigns, it's very 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 important that you also apply your negative list. Now what is your negative list? Negative list is nothing but basis your research, you should also know which keywords you should not be advertising. As in, you should have your list of never exacts, you should have a list of never phrases, and you should also have a list of never brand names, and you should also have a list of never asins, right? So these are called as your discovery campaigns. When you're switching on your discovery campaigns, it is mandatory that you apply your negations in order to avoid irrelevant clicks and waste money, right? That's very important. Now, at what point you should move from phase 2 to phase 3, right? So a transition from phase 2 to phase 3 will only happen when you are profitable, right? So profit is a primary qualifier for us to tell if we are ready to move from phase 2 to phase 3. Now you see your products are doing well, you're profitable, right? And then you have exhausted all your keywords from your master keyword tracker, and then you have also initiated a couple of broad match campaigns, auto close match campaigns with negations applied. You are trying to discover more keywords. Once you discover keywords which are giving you 2 plus sales with a healthy conversion ratio, you are harvesting those keywords into once again single keyword exact match campaigns, provided the search volumes are high, and then you're working towards ranking them up, right? And then by the time you are in phase 2, you should be profitable. You should have a tacos number within your contribution margin 2, and then you are profitable. You also have stability in sales. Now you have exhausted all your important keywords. You have also tried to initiate a couple of discovery campaigns in order to explore, find more keywords. So in that process, now you know you're profitable, you're stable in terms of sales, you're doing really well, better than your competitors, and this is exactly where you should transition from phase 2 to phase 3. Now the moment you enter into phase 3, you are in that scale stage. Now in scale stage, now the idea, right, you should grow your business in a profitable manner. Don't blindly just throw money. I've seen a couple of brands who just I mean, the intent is not to profit, just to grow, right? That will not work. You should grow your business in a profitable manner, because we want to build businesses that are exit compliant. As in, if you want to sell your business 3 years from now, it should be very attractive for your buyers to come and buy business from you. If that is your perspective right from day one, right? I mean, when you are in that scaling phase, you should always grow your business in a profitable manner. If you're running your business and then your business is not profitable, or your products are not profitable, it means you are in that launch phase, and nobody would buy your business if you're in launch phase. People would buy your business only if you're in that scaling stage. Now in scaling stage, what you're going to do is, because you're already profitable, you're achieving good consistency in sales, you're going to focus on areas which can get you incremental sales. Now most of the pointers that are mentioned here, they may not help you achieve keyword ranking, but they can help you get you incremental sales and also improvement in your BSR, right? Within phase 3, I once again categorize them into two segments. One is to boost, get more sales, and the other one is to defend yourself. So these are your defense ads. Now what do I mean by boost? So this is where you're going to initiate a couple of facing targeting campaigns. Maybe you're going to target your competitors who are weaker than you, who have lesser reviews than you, who is not competitive in terms of pricing, or people who are very new in the market and then doing decent number of sales. You're going to target such players. You're going to do async targeting campaign using sponsored products and also sponsored display. At this stage, you're also going to initiate a couple of more ads. Because you're profitable, you're also going to turn on auto substitute campaigns, or maybe you're also going to do a little bit of category targeting. You're also going to initiate your sponsor brands video ads, and then you can also target your competitors with your videos. So you're going to do all this in your phase 3. In addition to that, you're also going to do a couple of more things. You're also going to protect your placements. As in, let's say if you have a listing with 30 SKUs, you want to make sure your competitors do not advertise on your products, right? So you're going to cross sell your products on your listings, and you're not going to allow others to come and bid on your listings. Likewise, if you have keywords which are branded, you don't want your competitors to come and occupy your space. So on your branded keywords, you're going to run your ads and then defend those search placements. So that is exactly what you're going to focus on phase 3, right? And then once you're doing this well, and then you can also transition to phase 4. It is not mandatory. Now once again, here I gave a couple of signals. The ones which are in green are mandatory. The ones which are in yellow or amber, they are second priority. It is not it is not mandatory, right? You may or you may not. And then the third priority, you may never test also, right? In our experience, we have seen brands which just applied, the ones which are in green, so, and they are a couple of $1 million. In fact, they have never picked up the sections which are in amber yet, but still they are doing a couple of $1 million and all. In phase 3, you're largely focusing on defending your placements in terms of your, important keywords. Maybe you're trying to protect your own PDPs, product detail pages, and you're also going to focus on remarketing on people who visited your PDPs, and then try to get those incremental sales. Now, once you are doing well in this space, that is where you can transition to phase 4. And this is exactly where you are going a little much broader. You're going top of the funnel. The moment you come here, right, your conversion ratios will be low. Certainly here, the very intent is to improve your discoverability, right? You're trying to reach out to top of the funnel. Maybe you're interrupting audience with your ad, so here the conversion ratios could be lower. And this is exactly where you would also test your external ads if you are in this phase. Now here is the thing: if you are a huge brand, but if you are not profitable, if your margins are less than 10% CM3, then maybe you should not hover in phase 3 or phase 4. Maybe you should just stick to phase 1 and phase 2. And this is exactly what we call as shift left. Now if you are a brand, if you have products which are not profitable, maybe you shifted too much right. And the moment you shift too much of right, you're going broader, your search intent is low, your conversion ratios are low. Because your conversion ratios are low, you will have more clicks, or you will have to buy more clicks to get that sale. And that is exactly why you're spending more, your sales are low, and your tacos is also bad, right? If you're in that phase, maybe you should not be in phase 3 or phase 4. In case if you have any such ads, you just put them off. Get back to the launch stage. Maybe you should just stick to phase 1 and phase 2, establish your credibility, and then be profitable in phase 2 itself. Maybe you should come back, look into phase 1, understand if you're indexed well. If you are indexed well, maybe you should just play around phase 2, because this is where you're also profitable, right? So ensure you're profitable. Only once you're profitable, only then you'll come to phase 3 or phase 4. In phase 4, certainly there are various ad type. You can focus on video ads. You can switch on your auto compliments. You can also switch on your sponsor brands, ASIN targeting campaigns, or auto loose match campaigns. Or you may also test your sponsor brands headline ads, sponsor display in marketing ads, external ads. You may also test a couple of VCPM ads. Now certainly VCPM ads, there is a lot of buzz, right? So the data is not right. We don't really use much of VCPM, but still there is an option, so I just put in there. Now once again, in each and every phase there is also a strategy when you should apply this. For example, if you say sponsor brands headline ads, right? So there is an approach, there is a strategy. Sponsor display remarketing. Now how they work, let's say if there is any season, let's say if there is Christmas. Now before Christmas, before maybe a couple of weeks, right? So you're going to roll out your sponsor brands headline ads on keywords where you're doing already well. Understand you are profitable at this stage, because that is why you're in phase 4. You're trying to get as many eyeballs as possible, because pre-event people generally window shop, right? So you're trying to get as many eyeballs as possible. Once that happen during the event or post the event, you're going to retarget those audience through your sponsor display remarketing ads. You're going to retarget them. Maybe you can apply BTPs, brand tailor promotions, give them additional discounts. So that is how the strategy works. So I'm not getting into the strategy aspects of the world, but at a high level I want to give you a perspective into how this entire workflow operates, as in what is this phase 1, what is this phase 2, what is this phase 3, and then what is this phase 4. And for your reference, I've also indicated as in what are like top priorities. And it is not necessary that you switch on anything like these ambers and reds. It's not important, it's not mandatory, but the ones in green, you should definitely work it out. And then and if you have a good product with decent search volume potential, and then at a good price, then just by relying upon the sections highlighted in green, it should be possible for you to do really well, very very well, right? With that context, given this understanding of various phases, various ad objectives, rank, targeted discovery, boost, defense, loose discovery, tofu, and CPM, it is also important that your approach when you apply what will also differs depending upon your product type. Let's say if it is a subjective product or a non-subjective product, because you clearly see your like for like competitors, you clearly see the search volumes and all, you would go with this flow, right? Because on day one itself you have important keywords, you have your master keyword list, you'll go and attack, you will go and target, you will go and run ads, right? But if it is a subjective products where there are not many like for like competitors, where there is not much of search volume on the platform, then you will not apply this. Maybe you will switch on your auto campaigns, auto close match campaigns, or auto sometimes you may also switch on your auto lose match if there is product like that. But yeah, so by and large, yes, you would start with auto close match, and you may also switch on couple of broad match campaigns, and then you would look for conversion opportunities, and then once you see a conversion opportunity, that is where you harvest that keyword and then build upon momentum, right? So this is how the entire flow works. I hope by now you're clear about the product types, which is subjective, non-subjective, semi-subjective products, and then how they are different from each other. And then you also learned about the stages. There are only two stages: either you're in launch phase, either you're in scale phase. If you're profitable, you are in scale phase. If you're not profitable, you are in launch phase, irrespective of how many reviews, how many sales you're making and all that. It's very important for you to operate in a profitable manner, because we are building an exit compliant business. And then you have various phases: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. Under each of the phases you have various ad objectives. Here we have not gone in depth in terms of strategy and all, but still at a high level you know under which phase which ad type you should be using and why you should be using, right? So with that, I hope you learned something new today. If that is the case, I request you to subscribe to my channel and also share it with your friends. Have a great day ahead, guys. Goodbye.